All right, what's going on, everybody? I just want to give a quick heads up before we start the reaction. I just want to let you guys know during the filming of my reaction, we did experience some technical difficulties, and I was only able to capture the first 5 minutes or so of my reaction. But that does give me a great opportunity to get right into the review after we finish the reaction portion. So stick around to the end of the video because we will be doing a full breakdown of the chapter. Let's get into it. All right, all right. We are back. DB4 here. We are back for another One Piece chapter. Chapter 1040. 1040, man. We are here, man. It seems like chapter 1000 was just yesterday, man. But that was last year. We are here. Seems like, oh, man, falling on deaf ears. And just a quick recap. Like I said, my first video did get a copyright restrike. But I am going to still continue to record my live reaction for all of the One Piece chapters for this year. So now, this is like my fourth chapter. I'm going to try to get that first video out too. I'm going to try to present it, at least the audio at the very least. Try to do something with that. But with that being said, let's just get into this chapter, man. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. Now, I also want to salute everybody who's been showing support on all the other videos. Everybody who clicked on it, everybody who showed views. And salute to the One Piece community, man. The One Piece community is lit right now. Let's get into it. Falling on deaf ears. Oh, man, I'm already... Oh, man. Let's get into it. Big Mom. What? Oh, man. Yo, the chapter just started. We on page 1, the cover page. It seems like Yonji is a cold-blooded voyage, a creature that science cannot overcome. Yonji is thinking about how Big Mom whipped on him. Oh, man, Yonji and Niji. Oh, this is crazy. This cover page is wild. They just, yeah, they still in Whole Cake. Germa's cold-blooded voyage. That's very interesting. Let's get into the chapter, man. We on page 1 of the chapter. Damned Punk Unleashed. Well, Big Mom's not dead. Current location. Oh, they got the entire beam. Oh, wow. Law. Yeah. Good. Big Mom is still getting blasted. Yo. Oh, man. Yo, it looked like Brooke for a minute. That skull. Every time I see a skull, I think of Brooke. All right. Oh, man. Big Mom. Oh, man. Yo, he's continuing the pressure. But she's laughing. Big Mom is laughing. She's smirking. What's going on? She wasn't blown away? That's not enough power to put her down. Big Mom. You've got to be kidding me. She's taking it. Damn it. The two of them are already at their limit. Now, this is the chapter. This is not what I'm saying. This is the people, the father in the chapter. Yo, she's definitely taking, oh, man, I'll let you choose your fate. When this attack is done tickling me, you can either give me 50 years from your lifespans, or you can live on as my slaves. Life or slave? Soul Pocus. Yo. Big Mom is not... Oh, man. Hold on. Let me go back. Yo, she's laughing when... Oh, man. Is this attack even hitting her? It doesn't even look like the attack is hitting her, man. This lady, yo. This lady, yo. This broad. Boss, maybe we should fall back. Oh, God. She's stealing our lifespans, too. She doesn't look like she's anywhere near death's door. What a monster. Captain, we got to get out of here. You guys go ahead. You think the last gas, oh man, of an old hag will scare me? Room. Your death screeches are doing my ears in. Their souls aren't coming out. She's an emperor and they're not scared at all. Hold on. All right. Once again, I apologize for the technical difficulties with the reaction, but the chapter was almost about wrapping up. We did witness most of the interesting things, but I did want to also break down this chapter. This is an amazing chapter, first and foremost. I would like to say this chapter is a 10 out of 10. And this is not just hype. This is straight, pure heater. This chapter was a pure heater, straight banger. No debating. A lot of things is going on. I'm going through these panels, and wow, let's start at the very beginning. Now, the chapter opened up with a cover page. The cover story is continuing to get interesting. We basically still have Niji and Yonji sitting in the middle of a whole Cake Island town, and Yonji's just reminiscing on how Big Mom put the beats on him. She really clapped these dudes. So, yeah, he's sitting there reminiscing. I wonder if he's having any emotions towards these images. It seems like they're both thinking about it too. So, we'll see how that plays out. Now, getting into the chapter, it actually opens up with continuing the attack with Kid. Oh, man, that attack looks crazy dope. And I do want to point something out. If you look at the next couple of panels at the very beginning of the chapter, it doesn't look like the artillery piece. I mean, the piece of the railgun, the bullet that comes out, it doesn't even look like it's making contact with Big Mom. It could be the way it's drawn, but Big Mom is also smirking. And as we know, the way her hockey works or the way her body works, it's hard to pierce for anything to even touch her skin. So maybe that's her hockey activated right there. I'm not sure. And if you look at a further panel, there's a lot of black lightning coming from Big Mom as well. That may have something to do with hockey because it does look different from the electromagnetic waves from Kid. So I wanted to point that out too. That's very, very interesting. But it seems like Big Mom wasn't being pushed back by Kid's attack, and she actually starts popping hella smack to these dudes, talking about it's tickling and all of this stuff. Then she goes into Soul Pocus mode. She actually activates Soul Pocus in the middle of this attack. Life or slave. And you can tell this attack was very powerful, by the way. Law is really, sorry about that. Kid is really going all out here. So when she activates Soul Pocus, it immediately starts absorbing all of the weak people around. It's absorbing their souls. And we all know how Big Mom's ability work. If you're not afraid of her, it's not going to absorb your soul at all. But Law's crew's getting their souls taken, and we should all know by now that Kid and Law is not going to have their souls taken because she couldn't even take Jinbei's soul. But then this is when something interesting happens here. This is when something very interesting happens. Big Mom gives the command for Soul Pocus. Now, this is very important. The command she gave for Soul Pocus was verbal. Then Law activates another mini room. It says room, like a room, like R room, not K room. Then he kind of tosses it at Big Mom. And this is funny because this attack resembles Corazone's ability where it's like a silence room where it mutes everything within the sphere. So Big Mom at this moment, it seemed like her abilities stopped working when she wasn't able to give the verbal command to the father anymore. And I don't know if Law figured out her abilities in any way because Right after that, it seems like Hera was having problems even attacking Law. And then Law was able to split Hera in half. So somehow Big Mom's giving a verbal command is connected to her abilities. Now that is very interesting, and that actually allows Kid to throw another damn punk at her and get her, pushing towards the bottom of the island. Now Big Mom is heading through all of the floors. She ends up where Yamato is at. And then she attempts to grab onto one of the bombs, and she notices that nothing she touched even makes a sound. And on her way down, she even has an inner monologue about how Prometheus and Hera aren't responding to her and they aren't coming to help. So maybe the verbal commands that she gives to her homies are very important. And then another interesting thing happens. The bomb explodes. Yamato was able to protect the other bombs, but it seems like that explosion was enough to take out or at least severely weaken the Kazembo. Because right after that, the Kazembo shrivels up and starts screaming Orochi-sama, and, Big Mom gets blasted through the bottom of the island. And this is when she starts this inner monologue. Now, this is when things get real interesting, because she begins this inner monologue, and then you have the panels of things happening and, at the same time, but it's sort of like sequence, and a bunch of interesting things on panel. But I really want to point out Big Mom's monologue. Now, I want to repeat what she said. Now, given this all the scandalations, the translation might be a little off, but I just want to repeat what she said verbatim real quick. So bear with me. She starts off by saying, "Damn it, it's all your fault. Are you listening, Roger? Why did you have to go and say all that? The whole world bought it. The great pirate era. Your time was up, so it didn't affect you. All those brats came flooding in looking for their chance to shine. And you left us to deal with it. The least you could have done was tell us about the One Piece before you croaked. It is real, right? What is it? Where is it? Does this country hold some of the answers? It's so frustrating. Kid, Law, I'll never forgive you for this. You better not think this is enough to kill me." And then, boom, a giant explosion, huge. The explosion looks bigger than the flower capital itself. The explosion looks twice the size of Onigashima, and Law put a room around the entire explosion, and you can't hear a sound within the explosion. And it's very reminiscent of Corazone's ability when he first displayed it, when he created that large explosion on top of the mountain and you couldn't hear it, and that's when you really got to see the usefulness of Corazone's ability. So that was excellent. That was superb. And it seems like somehow the other bombs fell into that hole with Big Mom, but we all predicted this. When we seen Lord do that ability last chapter, pretty much the entire One Piece community predicted this outcome, but the way Oda presented it, once again, you can see it coming a mile away, and Oda's going to present it in such a magnificent way that it's going to be phenomenal, even if you predicted every step of the sequence. Now, going back to when she originally started the monologue, there's a couple of interesting things happening on panel. Not only is Big Mom falling throughout the whole Onigashima, but we do get to see some things of note. First, we see Chopper, and it seems like that explosion really shook up Onigashima because everybody looked like they're off balance, or, they're drawing upside down, or something wild is happening in their panel. First, we see Chopper and the other minks. They look like they discombobulated, and a few of the ninjas, and we have Higoro in that panel as well. I guess they're trying to run towards the wounded people. Then we have a scene of Brooke and Robin running. Looks like they're running towards Zoro still, and Robin is currently back on her feet, so she's gained some of her energy. Zoro is on the floor, completely wasted. In the last chapter, he was on his back. Now it looks like he's on his stomach, and he looks like he's been wounded somehow. I don't know if this is the damage from King, but Zoro, I don't remember Zoro getting slashed across the chest. I could be mistaken, but Zoro's look like he's leaking a lot of blood on the floor, and the being discombobulated looked like it thrust him forward. He might end up falling off the island again. Then we have Komurasaki playing the Shamarson. Well, it might be Komurasaki. We don't know who's under that mask yet. That's also weird. We have Orochi all discombobulated. Then we have the funniest part of Wano with Fukurokuju and your boy Raizo. It looks like Raizo is the victor, though. I'm not going to call it here, but it looks like Fukurokuju did fall over and he's screaming for water, and Raizo's still standing tall, even though he's fully in flames. And Momonosuke also looks like he's trying to bring the island towards Zunisha. He also looks like he's trying to bring the island towards Zunisha. But in that panel, they do give a Oda box saying that Law and Kid are the victors of this match. And then they get the cool panel of, Law always look crazy cool after he finish a battle, just sitting there like nothing's popping. And Kid is looking passed out like he can't move a muscle. Now, they got the win on Big Mom, but we all know Big Mom is nowhere near done. And then we get the panels with Yamato, and she's talking to Momo through the hole in the wall. And Momo says something very, very interesting. He's dragging the island toward Zunisha. He says she committed a serious crime 800 years ago. That's around the time Lady Toki started jumping too. And I always thought that maybe Toki was the one to give, Toki's family, it was the one to give Zunisha the command. That's why Momo, who is Toki's son, is the only person that can command him, because, nobody else was born from Toki's lineage in 800 years because she jumped forward. So that ability wouldn't have been passed down for at least 800 years till she met Odin. But we get the big reveal that Zunisha was Joy Boy's companion. This is insane. Zunisha is Joy Boy's companion. And we have a break week. Now, this is going to start all sorts of theories. The community is going to be crazy. I'm even going to craft up a couple of theories. We do have 2 weeks off, so I do want to get to some work. I have a lot of One Piece videos planned, so we are going to get those out. Hopefully, we can get at least the first video out within this 2 weeks. But, this is a huge revelation. This chapter is a 10 out of 10. Everything that happened, Big Mom, the way they took her out, it was necessary to remove her from the story. But I also wanted to mention another thing about Big Mom and her abilities. Now that we know how Big Mom's abilities work, when she's able to absorb souls to make herself stronger, I can't help but think about the 3 pieces of her soul that's in Whole Cake Island. It makes me think that this entire time we've been seeing Big Mom, as long as those other 3 homies that or pieces of her soul that she used to collect other people's soul, as long as those 3 souls are active, Big Mom is effectively at 1/4 of her strength. So I have a little mini theory that all we've seen of Big Mom so far, she's only using 1/4 of her strength. And when she comes back into the story around Elbaf, she would have absorbed those souls from Whole Cake Island, those all black souls, and she'll be at full strength the next time we see Big Mom. So just imagine this. Big Mom, as terrifying as she was, as powerful as she's been thus far, she's only at 1/4 of her strength. That means Big Mom is going to effectively be almost twice as strong as Kaido and almost 4 times as strong as she is now in the story. So that's going to be a huge mountain for Luffy to climb. And, she doesn't have a choice but to go all out if she's going to fight Luffy seriously, one-on-one, anytime in the near future. So I'm thinking Big Mom's going to retreat back to Whole Cake, fully absorb all 100% of her souls, and then she's going to be fully out for business, and that's going to be terrifying. So with that being said, I don't want to get too far into the theory crafting. This was an amazing chapter once again. But yeah, let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Let me know if y'all feeling that little Big Mom theory. Do y'all think she's been only operating at 1/4 of her strength? Just hit me down in the comments and let me know. And with that being said, it's your boy DB4, and I'm out.